What is happening, everyone, and welcome back to Tenken. The news cycle never sleeps, and today, we've got a fresh batch of updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Get ready, because the pace of innovation and global shifts is absolutely breakneck, and we're here to break it all down for you. We've got the inside scoop on how one nation is making massive strides against all odds. We're diving deep into how a major player is making bold moves in robotics and chips, a strategic bet that could redefine an entire sector. You won't believe the ambition at play here. Next up, a significant investment is shaking up the tech landscape, with a key company backing a promising startup. This move signals major confidence and could have ripple effects across the industry. And finally, we're looking at a legendary business showdown that's capturing everyone's attention, a high-stakes bet that has everyone talking. This is your essential update. Don't go anywhere. Stay locked in and make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join the Tenken family for all the breaking news. China's unstoppable chip surge. The US is watching closely. How did China manage such a dramatic comeback in the highly competitive semiconductor industry? The answer lies with tech giants like Huawei and Xiaomi, who have spearheaded massive development in this critical field. For years, the United States held a dominant position in the global semiconductor market, leveraging its power to impose trade restrictions on Chinese companies, including major players like Huawei and Xiaomi. The intention was clear: to curb China's technological advancement and maintain its own strategic lead in semiconductor technology. These sanctions, particularly those implemented since 2019, prohibited companies like Huawei from accessing advanced components from U.S. suppliers such as Qualcomm and Intel. The goal was to slow down China's progress and protect American interests. However, these restrictions had an unforeseen consequence. Rather than crippling the sector, they acted as a powerful catalyst, accelerating China's investment in its domestic electronics industry. The Chinese government responded by injecting billions of yuan into research and development, talent cultivation, and, crucially, the local manufacturing of chips. While these domestically produced chips may not yet match the technical sophistication of the 3 or 5 nanometer chips manufactured in places like Taiwan or South Korea, they represent a significant step forward. The recent reemergence of Huawei with its in-house Kirin 9000S processor, notably featured in the Mate 60 Pro, has sent ripples of surprise and perhaps concern through Washington. This system-on-a-chip, manufactured by SMIC, serves as concrete evidence that China is capable of producing advanced chips locally, even under strict embargoes. Following Huawei's lead, Xiaomi has also intensified its efforts in developing its own proprietary semiconductors, focusing on areas such as camera technology and energy management. Although these chips do not yet fully compete with the cutting-edge offerings from companies like Qualcomm or Apple, they signify a crucial strategic pivot. This marks the beginning of the end for China's complete reliance on foreign technology. The Chinese semiconductor industry is actively reorganizing, building momentum around national standards and exploring alternative architectures like RISC-V. These open-source architectures offer greater independence from Western control compared to established architectures such as ARM or x86. This remarkable catch-up is fueled by a comprehensive development strategy that includes the establishment of numerous research institutes, substantial financial backing for local foundries like SMIC, dedicated support for domestic etching machine manufacturers, and even the promotion of reverse engineering as a means to accelerate learning and innovation. Beijing's approach embraces the idea that innovation can be achieved through a cycle of imitation, followed by improvement. In response to this burgeoning capability, the United States is increasingly concerned about losing its long-held competitive advantage. Reports are already emerging that suggest China could be capable of producing its own high-end chips independently within the next decade, a prospect that would dramatically reshape the global technological landscape. While China may not have definitively won the semiconductor war, it has unequivocally demonstrated that an embargo, rather than stifling progress, can serve as a powerful impetus for innovation. Huawei and Xiaomi stand as the prominent symbols of a national strategy aimed at reclaiming technological sovereignty. And this time, the United States understands that China's response is not just significant, it is transformative. This shift in the semiconductor landscape is truly monumental. But what does this mean for the broader tech ecosystem? We're about to find out as we look at another major player making strategic moves. Xiaomi's dual play, chips and robotics ignite high-growth potential. Xiaomi, a titan in the consumer electronics space, is making a strategic bet that extends far beyond smartphones, venturing boldly into the realms of semiconductors and robotics. This dual-pronged approach is positioning the company as a significant catalyst for high-growth exposure within China's rapidly evolving tech ecosystem. The implications of this strategy are vast, potentially reshaping market dynamics and influencing future technological advancements not only for Xiaomi, but for the entire sector. At its core, Xiaomi's investment in chip development is a direct response to the global push for technological self-sufficiency, particularly in light of geopolitical tensions and supply chain vulnerabilities. By developing its own in-house processors, akin to the Kirin chips seen in Huawei devices, Xiaomi aims to reduce its reliance on external suppliers and gain greater control over its products' performance and cost. This move is not just about creating competitive components. It's a strategic play to integrate hardware and software more seamlessly, offering a superior user experience and unlocking new possibilities for innovation in areas like AI and 5G integration. The company understands that in the modern tech landscape, controlling the core components is paramount to sustained success and market leadership. Complementing its chip ambitions, Xiaomi's burgeoning interest in robotics signifies another forward-looking strategy. As automation and artificial intelligence continue to permeate various industries, from manufacturing to domestic services, robotics presents a massive growth frontier. Xiaomi's involvement in this sector could range from developing robotic components and platforms to creating end-user robotic products. This could include everything from industrial robots for smart factories to domestic service robots that enhance household convenience. By investing in robotics, Xiaomi is tapping into a market projected for exponential growth, aligning with global trends towards smarter, more automated living and working environments. The synergy between advanced chip technology and sophisticated robotics is undeniable, with each field amplifying the potential of the other. This strategic diversification into chips and robotics is more than just an expansion of product lines. It represents a fundamental shift in Xiaomi's long-term vision. It signals a move towards becoming a more comprehensive technology conglomerate, capable of driving innovation across multiple critical domains. For investors and industry observers, Xiaomi's dual bet offers a compelling narrative of ambition and foresight. It suggests the company is not content to rest on its laurels in the smartphone market, but is actively seeking to define the next era of technological development. The success of these ventures could solidify Xiaomi's position as a leader not just in consumer electronics, but in the foundational technologies that will power the future. Audience impact. This strategic pivot by Xiaomi is generating considerable buzz, with analysts highlighting the company's ambitious roadmap and its potential to disrupt established players in both the semiconductor and robotics industries. Market watchers are keenly observing how these investments will translate into tangible product advancements and market share gains. This deep dive into Xiaomi's strategic investments sets the stage for understanding how major players are shaping the future. But what happens when these giants invest in emerging companies? Xiaomi fuels innovation. Shanghai ViTai Technology secures crucial funding. In a significant development underscoring the dynamic nature of China's tech investment landscape, Shanghai ViTai Technology Co., Limited, has successfully secured a new round of funding, with Xiaomi Corporation participating as a key investor. This announcement, made on August 28, 2025, at 01:20 a.m. EDT, highlights a crucial injection of capital that is expected to accelerate ViTai Technology's growth and innovation trajectory within its specialized field. The specifics of the funding amount and the full list of participating investors were not detailed in the initial announcement. But the involvement of a major tech conglomerate like Xiaomi is a strong indicator of ViTai Technology's potential and strategic importance. For Xiaomi, this investment represents a calculated move to bolster its ecosystem and potentially gain access to cutting-edge technologies or specialized expertise that align with its broader strategic objectives. Xiaomi has been increasingly active in identifying and supporting promising startups, viewing them as vital components in its mission to drive innovation and expand its market reach across various technological domains, including semiconductors and robotics. ViTai Technology, based in Shanghai, operates within a sector that is critical to the advancement of modern technology. While the exact nature of its business wasn't elaborated upon in the announcement, such investments typically target companies that are developing groundbreaking solutions, proprietary technologies, or innovative business models. Given Xiaomi's recent strategic focus on chips and robotics, it is plausible that ViTai Technology operates in a related or complementary area, such as advanced materials, specialized manufacturing processes, AI software, or component development for high-tech industries. This funding round could enable ViTai Technology to scale its operations, enhance its research and development capabilities, expand its market presence, and potentially collaborate with Xiaomi on future projects. The broader context of this investment is the ongoing surge in venture capital and corporate investment within China's technology sector. Companies are actively seeking opportunities to innovate and differentiate themselves in a highly competitive global market. Strategic investments like this one are crucial for nurturing emerging technologies and ensuring that Chinese companies remain at the forefront of global innovation. For ViTai Technology, securing backing from a powerhouse like Xiaomi not only provides financial resources, but also lends significant credibility and strategic partnership opportunities, potentially opening doors to new markets and collaborations. This funding round signals continued confidence in the growth potential of innovative tech companies in China and highlights Xiaomi's role as a key enabler of this growth. It's a clear indication that Xiaomi is not just innovating internally, but is also strategically investing in the external ecosystem to foster a more robust and interconnected technological future. Audience impact. The market has reacted positively to the news, with industry analysts noting that such strategic investments are vital for fostering innovation and strengthening China's technological competitiveness on the global stage. Investors will be watching ViTai Technology closely for future developments. This investment highlights how strategic partnerships are shaping the tech world. But sometimes, the biggest stories come from legendary rivalries and bold challenges. The billion-dollar bet, Xiaomi versus Gree ignites China's appliance wars. In a legendary showdown that captured the attention of China's business world, a $140 million wager between Xiaomi's founder Lei Jun and Gree Electric Appliances chairwoman Dong Mingzhu has evolved into one of the nation's most anticipated appliance industry showdowns. The bet, publicly placed in 2013 at the China Annual Economic Person of the Year Awards, centered on a simple yet audacious challenge. If Xiaomi's revenue surpassed Gree's within 5 years, Dong Mingzhu would pay Lei Jun CNY 1 billion, approximately $139.8 million at the time. This high-stakes challenge was more than just a personal wager. It was a symbolic representation of the clash between two vastly different business philosophies and market approaches. Lei Jun, representing the agile, internet-centric, and rapidly growing Xiaomi, was betting on the disruptive power of technology and direct-to-consumer sales models. Dong Mingzhu, the formidable leader of Gree, a stalwart in the traditional home appliance manufacturing sector, embodied stability, quality, and a more established, relationship-driven business strategy. The bet highlighted the tension between traditional manufacturing powerhouses and the emerging wave of tech-savvy disruptors that were rapidly transforming China's economic landscape. While the initial 5-year period for the bet concluded in 2018, the narrative surrounding this challenge has continued to resonate. The outcome of the wager itself, whether the CNY 1 billion exchanged hands, has often been overshadowed by the ongoing competition and evolving market positions of both companies. Xiaomi, known initially for its smartphones, has systematically expanded its product ecosystem to include a wide array of smart home appliances, directly competing with established players like Gree in segments such as air conditioners, fans, and purifiers. This expansion strategy leverages Xiaomi's brand recognition, its vast online sales channels, and its commitment to offering smart, connected devices at competitive price points. Gree, on the other hand, has not stood still. Under Dong Mingzhu's leadership, the company has focused on technological upgrades, enhancing product quality, and expanding its distribution networks. Gree has also made strides in smart home technology, integrating internet connectivity and intelligent features into its appliances to keep pace with market demands and counter the influence of tech-centric competitors. The competition between them has spurred innovation, forcing both companies to constantly adapt, improve their offerings, and find new ways to capture market share. This rivalry serves as a compelling case study in modern business strategy, illustrating how established industries are being reshaped by technological innovation and new market entrants. It demonstrates the power of bold vision, the importance of adapting to changing consumer preferences, and the enduring impact of strong leadership. The bet may have been a specific event, but the underlying competition it represents continues to define a significant segment of China's consumer market, pushing both Xiaomi and Gree to new heights and setting a high bar for innovation and customer value. Audience impact. The US$140 bet has become legendary in Chinese business circles, often cited as an example of bold leadership and market disruption, captivating entrepreneurs and consumers alike. It continues to fuel discussions about the future of the appliance industry. This iconic rivalry showcases the intense competition driving innovation. Now, let's quickly recap the biggest stories we've covered today. So, what's the takeaway from today's deep dive? China's semiconductor industry is surging thanks to Huawei and Xiaomi, reshaping the global tech balance. Xiaomi is strategically betting big on both chips and robotics, aiming for massive growth. A key investment saw Xiaomi backing Shanghai ViTai Technology, fueling innovation in the tech ecosystem. And the legendary Xiaomi versus Gree bet continues to be a defining moment in China's appliance industry showdown. Don't miss out on any of these critical updates. Hit that like button if you learned something new, subscribe for more essential news, smash that notification bell so you're always in the loop, drop a comment with your thoughts, and make sure to follow us on all our social channels for behind-the-scenes content and more. We'll see you in the next one.